Spalletti could resign. Kenan Yildiz season is over. Colomoni is still insisting to come to Juventus with or without the Champions League. Torino, a disgusting act. We'll talk about it and much more today in today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, share the video with your Bulgarian friends, share the video with the Juventini, hype the video, and let's begin the video now. So, some sources are saying that Spalletti could resign if the match versus Torino, if the match doesn't go our way. If the match versus Torino doesn't go our way, Spalletti could resign. But on the other hand, Gazzetta dello Sport is saying no doubt Spalletti will stay with Juventus. Spalletti will stay with Juventus. And there are players that he wants, like Lobotka, like Dusan Leaves, like Kenan. So these players are the players that Spalletti wants in this Juventus team. I think personally we keep Spalletti, don't get a Conte, don't get a nothing, because the only exception that I make is to bring Pep Guardiola. But we already know that Pep Guardiola wouldn't come to Juventus in this disastrous Juventus team. Not the players only, the management and everyone. Plus, we didn't make Champions League. Okay, the players were bad. The management didn't do a good mercato. But it is ultimately the referee's fault. Because the players didn't play bad. But in this mediocre season league, we could have had top 4 long ago, maybe 5 match days ago, 4 match days ago, because we were robbed in many games, everybody, in many games. And nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about Juventus bad, Comoli bad, everybody come to Ram bad, Bremer bad, blah 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 blah, Gambia bad. But we don't talk about the referees enough. The Serie A is a disaster. How you don't get top 4 in this average 25-26 season with average teams? Inter won the league without winning a single match in the big 6. The only match that they won was versus Juventus because of the Bastoni disgusting red card on Kalulu. That is the only one match that they won. So what a disgusting team, what a mediocre league. But Serie A is a disaster. Today we have been Champions League. Everything could be relaxed, not relaxed, but we play a Pinsolio, we play, but today we want Milan to drop points and Como to drop points, Roma to drop points, everybody to drop points, and we win, which is gonna be hard. Most likely we will not be in the Champions League after tomorrow. By the way, today at 5 p.m. Italian time, if you're watching this today, 23rd May, there will be a press conference of Luciano Spalletti. So we'll see. Maybe if there was some talk. But next week is the decisive week, where we can see will Comoli stay, will Spalletti stay, what will Junel Khan and the team decide about Comoli, Juventus, and Chiellini will be more in the center. Will be more in the center of what is happening around Juventus. Now, let's begin by congratulating Yilidz as the rising star of 25-26 season. So congratulations, Kenan Yildiz, you deserve it. But in these last matches, you haven't been that well. But Montella a few days ago told us that he had a knee injury and he's been suffering this for a few months. But now, yesterday, we got the news that Kenan Yildiz has a calf injury and his season is over, and he will not play versus Torino. So his season is over. He has a calf injury. It will take around 3 weeks. Hopefully he will be there in the World Cup with Montella. But right now he has a calf injury and will not play. His season is over and will not play versus Torino. And probably his replacement will be Jeremy Boga. But stay tuned for tomorrow's video, because we will do the predicted lineups and all you need to know about Juventus, Torino, and maybe if we could go top 4 in the Champions League. Now, let's begin with Colomani. Colomani is still insisting to come to Juventus, around 30 million. And I told you this a long time ago, everybody. A long time ago. So, if Colomani comes to Juventus, the second striker, if Dusan Vlahovic doesn't renegotiate with Juventus and get the contract extended, the second striker could be Gonzalo Garcia. But now they have a new coach. Real Madrid have a new coach, which is the special one, Jose Mourinho. He will decide what he will do with Gonzalo Garcia. So we'll see. Maybe, just maybe, imagine with Europa League, the players that wants to come to Juventus, for example, a Colomani and Ellison, that Juventus and Ellison are working with Liverpool, and even Ellison, because he wants a challenge, he wants to reunite with Luciano Spalletti. Ellison is working to come to Juventus. Juventus is working with Liverpool for Ellison to come to Juventus. So these are the players we need to get. Players, no matter Europa League, Serie B, Champions League, they are there because these are the players that will try their hardest and will play for the badge, everybody. They will play for the badge. And these are the players we have to stick forever, or as long as we can. Because if I was Yildiz and Juventus didn't get Champions League, I would probably go. But Kenan Yildiz, who had that mentality, staying with Juventus, trying to help them, even with the injuries, with the knee injuries that he's been suffering for months, he stays there. He will try his hard. He didn't score goals, but at least he was there. These are the players that Juventus need to get, ladies and gentlemen. These are the players that Juventus needs to get. So if Dusan leaves, Garcia could be the second striker, Colomani could be the first striker, Lewandowski is now out of the window, but if there is a chance for a third striker, it could be, for me, with Serie A experience, he plays with Udinese, he has some experience, Kenan Yildiz. And maybe if we play with the two strikers, there could be options. But let's see for next season. Now, Cup Miners and Dusan Vlahovic will probably play in tomorrow's game. And doubt for the Gregorio. So Perin could play tomorrow versus Torino. That is good because Di Gregorio, he did the magic save versus, I forgot, but I think versus Lecce, or I don't know, but he did that save. Remind me, guys, in the comment section down below. But Juventus, goodbye, bringing in Perin as the keeper in the last game of the season, and Di Gregorio out and put Ellison in as the first keeper. And before the first game of the season, make sure he is healthy, make sure that he is 100%, and hopefully with Juventus he doesn't get injured. Gatti will replace Bremer. Because Bremer is suspended and even his season is over, so he will not play versus Torino. So yeah, these are what I expect Spalletti to do in the last game of the seaon. And did we talk about Spalletti resigning, or let's go a little bit through it. Spalletti could resign. But hey, Spalletti, if you are watching this video, Spalletti, it is all as well. It is the player's fault. It is your fault. It is the management fault and the referees and Serie fault that we didn't have the Champions League today. Didn't have the Champions League. So if you resign, I respect it. Because you went in there to get the Champions League. But then what I don't know, we were trying to get the Serie A. Then we go for the Champions League, and now we didn't get the Champions League, and you consider it a good season. So I don't know. But there is also Lobotka, Kamen J, if Spalletti doesn't go. So yeah, guys, this is the end of the video. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, share the video with the biggest area of the world. Tap the video, and let's go, everybody. Let's see each other tomorrow for Juventus Torino match preview. Peace.